Confessions 10. There are many abroad who talk of their own fantasies and lead men's minds astray. They assert that because they have observed that there are two wills at odds with each other when we try to reach a decision, we must therefore have two minds of different natures, one good, the other evil. Let them vanish at God's presence as the smoke vanishes. As long as they hold these evil beliefs, they are evil themselves. But even they will be good if they see the truth and accept it, so that your apostle may say to them, once you were all darkness, now in the Lord you are all daylight. These people want to be light, not in the Lord, but in themselves, because they think that the nature of the soul is the same as God. In this way, their darkness becomes denser still, because in their abominable arrogance they have separated themselves still further from you, who are the true light, which enlightens every soul born into the world. I say to them, take care what you say and blush for shame. Enter God's presence and find there enlightenment. Here is no room for downcast looks. When I was trying to reach a decision about serving the Lord my God, as I had long intended to do, it was I who willed to take this course, and again it was I who willed not to take it. It was I and I alone. But I neither willed to do it nor refused to do it with my full will. So I was at odds with myself. I was throwing myself into confusion. All this happened to me, although I did not want it, but it did not prove that there was some second mind in me besides my own. It only meant that my mind was being punished. My action did not come from me, but from the sinful principle that dwells in me. It was part of the punishment of a sin freely committed by Adam, my first father. If there were as many different natures in us as there are conflicting wills, we should have a great many more natures than merely two. Suppose that someone is trying to decide whether to go to the theatre or to the Manichees' meeting house. The Manichees will say clearly he has two natures, the good one, bringing him here to us, and the bad one, leading him away. Otherwise, how can you explain this dilemma of two opposing wills? I say that the will to attend their meetings is just as bad as the will to go off to the theatre, but in their opinion, it can only be a good will that leads a man to come to them. Suppose then that one of us is wavering between two conflicting wills and cannot make up his mind whether to go to the theatre or to our church. Will not the Manichees be embarrassed to know what to say? Either they must admit, which they will not do, that it is a good will which brings a man to our church, just as in their opinion it is a good will which brings their own communicants and adherents to their church. Or they must presume that there are two evil natures and two evil minds in conflict in one man. If they think this, they will disprove their own theory that there is one good and one evil will in man. The only alternative is for them to be converted to the truth and to cease to deny that when a man tries to make a decision, he has one soul which is torn between conflicting wills. So let us hear no more of their assertion, when they observe two wills in conflict in one man, that there are two opposing minds in him, one good and the other bad, and that they are in conflict because they spring from two opposing substances and two opposing principles. For you, O God of truth, prove that they are utterly wrong. You demolish their arguments and confound them completely. It may be that both the wills are bad. For instance, a man may be trying to decide whether to commit murder by poison or by stabbing, whether he should swindle another man out of one part of his property or another, that is, if he cannot obtain both, whether he should spend his money extravagantly on pleasure or hoard it like a miser, or whether he should go to the games in the circus or to the theatre, when there is a performance at both places on the same day. In this last case, there may be a third possibility that he should go and rob another person's house if he has the chance. There may even be a fourth choice open to him, because he may wonder whether to go and commit adultery if the occasion arises at the same time. These possibilities may all occur at the same moment and all may seem equally desirable. The man cannot do all these things at once, and his mind is torn between four wills which cannot be reconciled, perhaps more than four, because there are a great many things that he might wish to do. But the Manichaeans do not claim that there are as many different substances in us as this. It is just the same when the wills are good. If I question the Manichaeans whether it is good to find pleasure in reading Paul's epistles, or in the tranquil enjoyment of a psalm, or in a discussion of the gospel, they will reply in each case that it is good. Supposing then that a man finds all these things equally attractive and the chance to do all of them occurs at the same time, is it not true that as long as he cannot make up his mind which of them he most wants to do, his heart is torn between several different desires? All these different desires are good, yet they are in conflict with each other until he chooses a single course to which the will may apply itself as a single whole, so that it is no longer split into several different wills. The same is true when the higher part of our nature aspires after eternal bliss, while our lower self is held back by the love of temporal pleasure. It is the same soul that wills both, but it wills neither of them with the full force of the will. So it is wrenched in two and suffers great trials, because while truth teaches it to prefer one course, habit prevents it from relinquishing the other.